Tori here today with a quick video. I thought it would be fun today to do something a little bit different. I am going to be scrapbooking some photos from my birthday party last year when I turned 26. So May last year, and I have these 3 photos that I'm going to scrapbook from then. And I thought it would be fun to also use some of the party decorations from the party as my scrapbook pages or as my inspiration jumping off point. I just thought it would be sort of fun to do that. So I grabbed a couple of the leftover decorations and stuck them in a bag so that when I got here I could use them because I had worked so hard on them that I wanted to use them. Now, this isn't all of the decorations, this is just a couple of them, but I thought it would be fun. So you may be wondering why there's a pirate here and the word castle and a bunch of random letters. Well, I decided to have a Princess Bride themed party because that's one of my favorite movies of all time. And if you haven't seen that movie, you should like stop what you're doing right now and go watch it and then come back and watch this because it's like such a great movie. There's pirates and castles and princesses, and it's just a really great movie. So these are 3 of the things I used to decorate for the party, and I wanted to use them in my scrapbook pages. So the first one is this sign that I had made using scrapbook supplies for the front door of the house, and it said, "Have fun storming the castle," which if you are a Princess Bride fan like me, you know that that's a quote from the movie. And I had cut these letters out with my silhouette and had stuck this on the front door because I thought it would be like a little taste of what's inside. And so I want to use this for a scrapbook page, so that's one of them. The other elements I have is this pirate flag. I had made a bunch of these and hung them all over the place because the movie also has the Dread Pirate Roberts in it or whatever, and so I thought it would be fun to include that sort of on a scrapbook page. I thought it would be funny as you're like flipping through the album to get to like a pirate flag, and I feel like it tells a little bit about who I am in my story. And so that's one of the other elements. And then the third one is these letters that I also made using my silhouette and a bunch of scrapbook paper. We were gonna like have a barbecue and then we watched the movie. So I had made these decorations to go around the TV with like Showtime and also like a bunch of movie tickets hanging along the sides, and it was really pretty. So I also sort of wanted to use this for a page. So I'm gonna grab these 3 ephemera or party decorations and make them into scrapbook pages or elements for my scrapbook. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have 1 12 by 12 and then 2 inserts, and these 2 will be the insert pieces. So I'm really excited about it, and I hope it gives you some ideas about how you can use party decorations that you've either made or purchased in your scrapbook pages. I feel like they bring a really fun element to the layout. So let's start with this Have Fun Storming the Castle one. And I'm actually going to keep it fairly simple because I really just loved these and I love the photos and I wanted to keep them fairly, I don't know, simple. So I want to use this for sure. Now this is a scrapbook paper. It came from Studio Calico a long time ago. And this black and gray one, I'm not sure where that came from, but it has like gray kind of tones running through the black, and I really like it. Now, originally when I had done it, I had left the branding strip on, so that's going to make it larger than 12 by 12. So I need to trim this down a little bit. Now, I really do like the yellow, and I want to try to keep that. So first I'm going to try trimming a little bit off the top and a little bit off the branding strip so that I can try to keep as much of the yellow as possible. So just a little pink off the top, and I'm actually going to save this because I'm going to include it in some of the other pieces so that they all tie together. And then I do need to cut off some of the yellow because I only trimmed off like about 1/4 of an inch there. So 10, 11. Okay, so this trimmer is not the greatest size, so this is 11. So 12 is going to be somewhere along there. So And I'm going to save this piece as well. So still have that little tiny bit of yellow on there, so I can keep that pop. And I could add this piece of yellow up to the top if I wanted to. Let's see what that looks like. That looks nice. I think I'm going to do that so that it sort of frames it. And I'm just using my hot glue gun today. And, whoops. I think I will put you on voiceover for some parts, but I'm going to try to do most of this without voiceover, just because I want to keep these pages super simple. I actually didn't want to, like, over embellish or over scrapbook them or anything. Anywho, so I love this movie, and I thought it would be fun to host a party for just some of my, like, best friends. There's only like 8 of us, and like a movie party, and it was really fun to decorate and make like homemade decorations for it. I love throwing parties and doing that. So what I'm going to add is I'm going to add just one photo on here. I'm going to add this photo of myself from the day. It's like the outfit that I'm wearing. And I think I'm just going to trim it down a little bit so I can just stick it here. But it's a little wide. I don't want it to cover up the E so much. I don't mind if it overlaps the letters a little bit, but I don't want it to overlap the letters that much. So I'll cut off a little bit so it's more of a square photo. That's better. And I might take off like just a little hair. A little bit plus a little hair off the top and off of the sides. And I like the white space in the photo. I feel like it lightens it up a little bit, so I'm going to leave that. So then this photo can go right there. So you still have the big title, but you also have the fun photo. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a little bit of layering behind it. I don't want to take away from the photo or the elements on the page at all. So my layers are going to be super tight and super subtle as well, because I don't want to take away from this. And I had worn one of my favorite dresses to the party, so I feel like I look pretty, and I like that. So just a little tiny bit of this paper. It's not even the right size. I'm actually going to trim it down because I only wanted it on 3 of the sides. And I'm going to do it with my scissors rather than the paper trimmer, just because it doesn't need to be perfect for me. So I've just got a little bit of white on a couple of the sides. I'll also add a little bit of black, this paper here. Just a little tiny pop of that black and white, I think, around the edges will be perfect. And I am using double-sided tape here. It's from Copic, I think. I don't really know. I buy it at my local scrapbook store. And for this layer, I am going to put it all the way around. But again, I'm keeping it super tight to the photo. Just add a little something around the photo just to make the tension come there. And I think I'm just going to add one more layer, and I'm going to add one of my favorite things, doily. Because every scrapbook page looks better with a doily, in my personal opinion. And I am going to let it overlap the letters just a tiny bit. Not a lot, but just the perfect amount. And that looks perfect. I was trying to dress up a little bit like Princess Buttercup. I didn't have a red dress like she did, but I was trying to dress up like her a little bit, because that's why, part of the reason why I love the movie so much. So I've got that there. I have the title. The rest of the embellishments I want to keep really simple, just because I don't want to take away from the photo or the title or the fun of it. I mean, I have another Project Life page which I already made and I already posted, so you guys already saw that, where it includes like a lot of photos and journaling. So this one isn't necessarily for journaling. The point of this layout is more for the just title and to include some ephemera from the day. So to balance off the photo, I'm going to add something over here, and I think what I'm going to add is just a couple of like banner tags starting today. Okay, so I just have those two. These, oh, by the way, the paper that I'm using in those embellishments come from the Felicity Jane Susie kit. A couple more here. I think I'm going to add this pink one as well. Okay, so this page is done. Have fun storming the castle. Just got the photo and the date here, and then these cute little banner pieces up here, just for a little extra dimension, just to balance it out a little bit. So now I'm going to work on the next page. So the next page is going to be the one with the pirate sign, which is fun. So I think I could put this in a page protector, but I think what I'd really like to do is just stick it in the album just like this, and put hole punches here. But I did want to cover up the back. It's just, I think, like white paper, and it had a staple mark in it. So I think I just want to cover it up with some pattern paper. And I'm going to just use some of the paper from my leftover from my Felicity Jane kit. Let's see. I think this black and white polka dot will look really nice on here. And I don't mind cutting into this paper because I've already used it. So what I'm going to use, I think I'll use score tape instead of my hot glue gun. Just because I think it'll add less like bumpiness. Okay, so I added the black and white polka dots along the back of this pirate motif. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my one hole punch and I'm going to punch the holes. And I think what I'm going to do is I just have this page protector. I'm just going to line it up on the back here. Just sort of center it, and then I'm going to punch the holes. Now, anywho, so there we go. I punched the two holes, and that will just give me like a place to know, like when I do the back, like where not to cover up, or that's where the holes are going to be. So I'm going to use this photo, and I'm going to keep the back super simple. I'm just going to have the photo and a couple label stickers and a little bit of journaling maybe, and that is it. So I printed this photo off using my Canon selfie, and I love it. And I thought it would be fun to use a doily on here too. So I had grabbed out this red one because I think it'll look really good with the other pieces that I'm going to be using for another element for this layout. And I think it'll be cute to like stick this photo right there on the doily and then have some kind of journaling something down here and keep it super simple. So, you know, sometimes I think we like overcomplicate things, but you know, we don't have to. It can be super simple. So just glue that down. And then I'm going to put this on top. Now I feel like it needs something. I don't know what though. Oh, I have a whole bunch of branding strips around here. Maybe I could use one of those. Let's see. Well, I don't want to use black and white because it'll blend in too much. But I guess I could use something like this. Or I could use this pink piece, which I cut off of the this have fun storming the castle. I think that's a good idea because then it'll tie it together. Or I could use this polka dot piece, but then it's too much polka dots. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to adhere my photo, and I'll use double-sided tape for that. I don't like to use my hot glue gun on photos. I don't know. People always complain when I do that. So, or leave me comments like, don't use your hot glue gun on photos. So, I try not to. But I use my hot glue gun for everything else. So I'm going to stick that right here. And then I think I could put a little piece of this pink at the top and at the bottom, because it's 12 by 12 and this is less than 6. So I'll just put a little strip of glue along the top of this photo, and then add this little piece of paper. Honestly, this is like 1/4 of an inch. Cut it off. And I'll add a piece at the bottom too. Super simple. And now I want to add some kind of title, or some kind of journaling. Let's see. I have these white letters which came in the Felicity Jane Susie kit. I'm trying to use that kit up, kill it. Let's see if I have enough letters left to do barbecue. No, I only have 1 B. What about laughter? Yep, I do. And you can see they're laughing here, so I think that's cute. And I'm going to put those right on the top of the photo here. Hopefully I spelled this right. I'm such a horrible speller and you're all watching, so there's more of a chance that I will spell this wrong. So if I spell it wrong, I'll go back and fix it later. Perfect, I had enough space for all those letters. There's a little bit of space left here and I don't like that, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an exclamation mark just to the end to just make it look like I purposely didn't center it. Otherwise it looks like I just ran out of letters. And now it looks more center, so it's like laughter. Okay, I like that. And then I want to try to add some of these labels that came in the cut apart sheet. Like I could add a couple of these banners like that. And I just cut them apart and put them in this little wooden bowl. And if you're wondering, because I know somebody will probably ask, I got this wooden bowl in Africa. There was one that was a different color. I used up all the different colored ones. So I have this blue one, but I don't like it poking it like that. Okay. Maybe I'll just put a banner down there. Or a label, I guess it's called. Tag? What do you call this? Label tag. Okay, and there's stickers, so I'll just peel the sticker off the back and stick that down there. So I have all these circles that I got from Felicity, or not Felicity Jane, all these circles that I got from Feature Crafts on Etsy, and they're doodles by Brandy Kincaid, and they're like little birthday doodles. So I really like this one. It has like a balloon, and it's like a doodly balloon, and it has the same color as this. So I really like that, and I think it could be cute to add that. So I think I'll just add it overlapping that. Just put this off to the side. And I think I'll just glue that down. And then I feel like this just needs like a words sticker or something. Something related to birthdays or something. I can never get the right, like, friendship. That one will work. Okay, so then I've got this balloon and this word that says friendship. And I think that looks cute. And then I think what I'll do is it just needs... So I have to remember this isn't going to be in a page protector. So I thought about adding enamel dots, but they'll probably pop off because there's no page protector. So I think what I'm going to do is just leave this here and that'll be it. And it'll just go in like this and you'll flip it over and it'll say laughter and friendship. And I think that's great. Okay, so that's done. That's 2 of them. So have fun storming the castle. And then this pirate flag, which when you flip over, there's a photo there. And then there's one more page I'm going to make with my party decorations. And that's the one with the Showtime letters. Let's see. So these letters here. So, show time. That's not it. Show time. Okay. And I'm going to use this page protector, which is a 8x10 Becky Higgins page protector. And I got this really great paper the other day, which I think will be so perfect for this. It is from Feature Crafts, and it's from the Homebodies kit. And it's this one, and it's black and white, and it has all these cute little TVs on it. And I think it'll look cute underneath the Showtime, because we watched the movie on the TV. So what I need to do is I need to cut this paper down to 8x10. And I want to cut it so that it's in the right direction. That would definitely be me cutting it in the wrong direction. So anyways, I'm going to leave a link for this in the description below, where you can find the Homebodies kit by Feature Crafts and Brandy Kincaid. And they are so talented, you should definitely go check them out. So 8x10. There we go. Let's see. That'll look cute in there with the Showtime. Okay, and then I have one more photo which I'm going to use, but I think what I'm going to do is put the photo on the other side because there's not room for Showtime and the photo on this side. So let's make sure I can actually fit this, because these letters are quite wide. I don't think I will be able to fit it horizontally, but I know, or I think I know, that they will fit vertically. So I should have done the photo, I should have done the TVs the other way, but that's okay, live and learn. Okay, so it's still quite wide, but if I overlap them a little bit, it will work. And I don't want to do a whole like 12x12 page for this, so I could, and then obviously it would fit better, but really don't want to. Okay, so that looks good, and then I could put a title in the middle, or maybe I'll move this up and I could put a title down here like Princess Bride Theme Party or something. Okay, so I'm going to glue those down, and I'm going to use my hot glue gun for this. I also have these yellow letters, which I think could be cute, but they don't really stand out that great. I wonder if I could fit Princess Bride, or the Princess Bride. Let's see. So if you're not sure if your title will fit, grab a ruler and put the letters on there and then see if it works. Okay, so it definitely does fit. My only concern is that it doesn't pop off a lot off of the background, but I think that's okay. I have an idea. So what I'm going to do is, because I have it on my ruler, I can sort of line it up where I want it, and then I can push down the letters, and then pull back the ruler and it should stay straight. Just lost one letter, so I'll just stick that back on there. And I don't really mind if the letters are not like perfectly straight anyways. That doesn't bother me, but if it does, that ruler tip really works. So I've got that down there, and then I think what I'm going to do to make the letters pop off a little more, I have this black fine tip Sharpie pen marker, and I'm just going to outline all of the letters. And I'll just outline one so you can see what I mean. And it definitely makes it pop off more. I don't know if you can see that on the camera great, but in person it definitely does. So I'm going to do that and I'll be right back. Okay, I've done that, and I love the way that that really helps the title pop out. So it says Showtime, The Princess Bride, and if you were wondering, these puffy letter stickers come from Freckled Fawn. I got them off their website. So those are perfect. I love them. So it says Showtime, The Princess Bride, and I think I'm just going to leave it there. It's pretty busy already, and it's more just for a title. So then this will go in here like this. I'm just going to stick it in there. And then I'm going to decorate the back with this photo of all of us watching the movie. For some people it was their first time watching it, which is crazy. And then for me it was like my 7 bajillionth time watching it because I love that movie. And like I said, if you haven't seen it, you should totally check it out. I think that it's on Netflix. I think. I've seen it on Netflix before. But Netflix always changes, and I know that Netflix is different for each country. So I think it's on the Canadian Netflix. But then you might have it on the US one too. So go check out The Princess Bride. So anyways, that's all of us watching it. So I'm going to just put something on the back. And what should I put on the back? I have this paper from the Felicity Jane February Susie kit, and I think I'm going to use that. So I'll just cut out another piece that is 6 by 8.